yesterday, today, and tomorrow applies to human life. What you do today, good or bad, is what you will see tomorrow, even in this world, before you go to the next world. I cannot think of a human being who will go to the mosque and pray, or the church and pray. You say you are praying to God, and you are harboring rotten elements of society that are detrimental to the existence, to the peaceful coexistence of it.
So we've had a lot of time on the home front. Certainly we'll be going into foreign policy. But one final question before we quit on this area.
Another thing, another problem that we have in this country. Every day, I've lost track of all the names of these so-called spices, Togo, Mag, Togo, whatever. Every day you have a new product that do not even go through any minimal standard. And this is detrimental. There is one white powder, they call it Safal. You know, it's a bleach, it's a detergent.
Okay.
You know, when we deviate from the natural way, you will go on the unnatural way, and the consequences are very severe. Yeah, what is common now in the Gambia, which is unheard of, when we were young, like when you have a boy with a stunted growth and a big head, he used to run away, right? That's becoming very common. And then the head becoming bigger every day. What could have caused that? The toxic things that we put into our food in the name of spices. In some countries, certain food products are banned. And here I'm going to do the same. Because the government has to take drastic measures. And we are setting up a food laboratory where everything imported in this country must be certified before it is being put to the public. Because enough is enough. And, do you know one thing? Most of the people that sell imported chicken do not buy imported chicken. They don't eat it. So if it is not fit for, if it is not good for a farm, why the hell would we bring it to this country and sell it to Gambia? They are pigs. As I said, 2014.
It was banned, but then the ban has recently been lifted.
No, it's lifted with a condition. That is, you must have an SGS certificate. That the chickens were not fed with hormones or were not injected with hazardous injections, hazardous to health. So the left legs, even if you bring the right leg, it has to be certified that it doesn't have what you used to put on the other one. So you must have that SGS certificate, otherwise your chickens will not come into this country. And I hereby want GRA Customs to make sure that this is implemented to the letter. Any food imported, be it chicken or beef, if it doesn't have an SGS certificate, don't let it enter the country, or impound it and send it to the sea.
Thank you. So the final question on the home front. Indiscipline, corruption. We've talked about these issues over and over and over again. They still seem to be a problem. They are a problem still, based on what you are saying. Did you, at any point in time, underestimate the extent of the problem?
Well, corruption, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but it's very infinitesimal compared to certain countries. Most countries, in fact. We are the least corrupt country. But am I blowing my trumpet? No. We want to be a zero corruption country. We have zero tolerance for corruption. And it makes me annoyed that despite our fight against corruption, people are still very brave. One, not because they believe in God, because Allah would not protect you when you are corrupt. But because of this phenomenon of so-called gram marabouts. And so, people have gone to jail. 3/4 of the money they have stolen has been given to the marabouts. The marabouts are enjoying their life. They will not even be run sort of cash power. The SIM card is always full. Their wives are so healthy and huge, enjoying life and driving expensive vehicles. You are in my hotel, 5-star. Wahu banya wahu do ega do gina. So, yes, did I expect that I would wipe out corruption? Yes, when I came in '94, that is what I thought. But I realized that corruption is like a hair. The more you shave your hair, it goes back. In Depo, they used to say, Jiko na kawan. You save them, it go come back.
It also trickles down.
And I thought also that this is also another. I thought that if religion is deeply entrenched in the hearts and minds of people, one would not need to fight corruption. I made a big mistake.
If they fear God.
The fear of God is not even there. Even those who are supposed to inculcate in the minds of people religion, the sacred text, they commercialize burials, recitation of the Quran. If your relative, God forbid, your relative dies and you don't have the money, they don't expect much from you. You find it difficult for an imam to go and take care of the rights. But let them hear that a big man, something died, all of them would be rushing there. The man you judge. And when a poor man dies. So, those people that are supposed to be representing God or the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, taking his place to propagate Islam. Or I can talk about Islam because on the other side I have seen a better example. And always I tell them, we the Muslims are the problem in this country. Go to the courthouses and look at all the criminal cases new criminal cases that came up during the course of 2013. 99.9% are all Muslims. You go to Malta, you hardly find an Akko there. And they are Gambians. Whereas the population of Christians may be 5% in this country. The population of Christians in prison is less than 0.1% of the Gambian population. Then that begs the question. Oh, yes, I'm poor, I have no other means, and that's why I had to steal. So, can you call corruption part of the human nature? Yes. But I think it is a sort of degrading moral values at homes. You look at it today. I'm not backing anyone, I'm speaking between me and the Almighty Allah. If we, the Muslims, follow the teachings of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and the Quran, this world would be the most peaceful world on earth. But we deviated. But the threat to human existence today is unbridled materialism. I want to be wealthy, even at the expense of human life.
By any means available.
By any means available. So they tell you, this is what you go and buy 10 liters of oil, you go and adulterate it with 100 liters because you want to make money. You don't care whether what you are putting there is toxic. For example, you say the country is difficult. You have Fatu and Maimuna. Maimuna is not working, but maybe has an uncle who has a lot of money, or an uncle who is helping her. Maimuna, right? then your fatu